Everyone's had one of those days where everything goes wrong and the whole world seems to be out to get you. In Negative Space, written by Ryan K. Lindsay with art by Owen Jenny, we're reminded that it's not paranoia if they really are out to get you. Depression is a theme that we've seen explored in comics before, but this time it's seen as a commodity, being fostered by a powerful corporation that works in secret to make people miserable. Their prime candidate is a man named Guy, a large, awkward individual who is so depressed he has writer's block while working on his own suicide note. This first issue holds the cards very close to its chest and ends on what can only accurately be described as, what, a WTF moment, I think is probably fair.
Yeah, that's about right.
But does that leave you feeling shortchanged or intrigued as to what's going to happen next?
Well, in my case, intrigued.
Excellent.
Most definitely intrigued. I loved this. This is definitely a buy from me. First thing I want to talk about, though, before we get into the story and the story, is the art.
Sure.
The art in this is stunning. Jenny has done such a beautiful job differentiating between these two worlds, Guy's world and the corporation's world. Guy's world is droopy, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Everything's slightly rounded. It kind of puts me in mind of old picture books, kind of from the 80s.
Yeah,
and
it's got that
kind
watercolour
kind
of feel to it.
And Guy himself is, bless him, but he's teardrop shaped. Like everything about this guy is depressing.
Yeah, he looks like he's melting.
He does.
Yeah.
And then you kind of compare that to the corporation where it's it's sharp lines and it's shiny and
very
everyone
jagged.
very jagged and straight teeth and quiffed hair and it's all very hyperactive almost in the art. And that's what kind of puts this in a different realm to a lot of comics that I've read recently, is the two worlds being so beautifully put together.
Yeah.
The story itself is really confusing, but in a good way. In a way that really does make me want to read the next issue.
Yeah.
I find having a protagonist like Guy, who's not an attractive, muscle-bound kind of guy, but just a regular
Well, yeah, I mean, it put me in mind of Dial H, where we had that sort of, very non-traditional focused character. There's nothing about this guy. Usually in regular comics, your big-name comics, even if somebody is depressed and in a bad way, they still look like they've just come from auditioning for Supernatural or something. They've got that lantern-jawed,
not Guy,
well-built thing.
Yeah, not Guy.
Not Guy at all.
No, he wouldn't be in Supernatural.
No.
But the story itself is really intriguing. It's a fascinating way of looking at emotion as a commodity. Everything that happens to you happens because we need that to happen to keep going.
Yeah.
Wait, what? And then you get to the end where I must admit I did go back because I thought maybe I'd skipped a page and I didn't know, because the last panel especially, just what?
Yes.
Exactly. And it's brilliant. It's sometimes when this happens, I get a bit kind of, oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a gimmick. That's such a gimmick to get me to read the next one. But not in this case, because the story justifies it. And that's what it all comes down to. I am fascinated by Guy and his life and the horrible things that keep happening to him.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by the corporation. What? What are they doing? Why are they there? Who are they? Are we in a cabin in the woods kind of style? Are we in a Truman Show? What's going on? And it all builds up to make a fantastic issue number 1. I cannot wait to get my hands on the next one at all. Give it.
Okay, calm down. Now, I've got to say, I do agree with you. It's definitely a buy from me as well. I greatly enjoyed this, even as I was being frustrated by the lack of exposition. I think that can be a gimmick. They can sort of, there's a big mystery. You see that a lot. Stuff like Lost has shown us that can be a big kick in the testicles, but I don't think that's going to be the case here.
No.
I think it gives you enough to keep you going without sort of flooding you with information or being that much obfuscation.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to see something that's dealing with mental health.
Absolutely.
It is about depression, even though we find out that it's been manufactured, that this guy, if somebody throws a slushie out of a passing car onto this guy, it's because they sent those people to do that. They cancelled his favourite movie at the cinema. They're doing all this stuff to really mess up his life and make him feel awful.
Yeah.
Why that is a thing that they want, we don't know. And that lack of reason given actually just lets you keep on with the, you know, the mental health angle of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which actually is quite
But
interesting.
that's the thing. I often, with people who do suffer from depression, it does feel like the world is crushing in on them.
Yeah.
That all these things keep happening, and why do they keep happening? And they've captured that feeling, that black dog following you really well in this.
Absolutely, because, you know, there really is something following
There is actually something going on.
Yeah, which is interesting, and that's, you know, plays into the paranoia of it.
Yeah.
I think, again, with the artwork was great. The composition for me was what really made it fly, though.
Yeah, that
Some of
first panel.
the angles that it shows, and when it shows you Guy in his house, and there's an overview, and you see all the just debris around him that is his life. And it really tells you everything you need to know about this guy's existence in that one panel. It's
beautifully
done. And I
done.
love seeing that done, that economy of language and just telling you through what you're seeing. So, look, I think this is an exciting story.
Yes.
I love what they're doing with it. I think it's going in a really cool direction.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see what happens next.
No, neither can I. You should check this one out, guys.